Hi everyone, thank you for tuning in to today's video. I'm doing December daily days 21 and 22, so I'm catching up. We did the family Zoom sesh last night and it was a Christmas quiz night, and that went on till about 11:15, so I didn't exactly feel like doing my journaling at that time of night. But I did get a video up yesterday. I did the crochet snowflake that I used in my North Pole breakfast spread, so if you fancy checking that out or learning how to do that, then go and check that out. So I'm starting off with a screenshot of the December daily, of the quiz night, and we did a Christmas themed quiz night. So we had to wear Christmas jumpers or Christmas headbands or Santa hats or whatever you have that's Christmassy, and we did some questions. We all did 10 questions each that are based around Christmas, and just had a bit of fun, a bit of a giggle while we were doing it. So I've written quiz with my glittery red letters. You'll have seen this before if you've watched any of the previous videos. And I've added that little gold holly on the corner, the top of the queue. So in the envelope, I'm going to add our quiz questions that I asked and the answers for everybody else. We all did 10 questions each, or each like sort of family. So what, about 60 questions. And we did them just on A4 lined paper, so I'm just popping them in there. And I'm going to use this bit of ledger paper. It's not an actual ledger, it's a printable from Johanna on Etsy. And I'm just doing my journaling for today with the typewriter, or yesterday rather, with a typewriter, and I'm going to use that to stick the envelope down. And I think it looks really good. I printed that printable, it was in my ephemera folder, and I pulled it out today and it just fit perfectly on that page. So I did have to adjust this envelope as well. This envelope is the envelope that my Christmas card for my parents came in. And I like the purple with the pink. I think it looks quite nice. Not something I'd normally go for, but I actually quite like it. And it's got little snowflakes all over it, so it's still Christmassy. So I'm just adding some glue to make sure it's really well stuck down onto that page. And then I'll use the ledger paper, as I say, to just sandwich that in, as opposed to actually putting the flap, so the opening of the envelope, onto the page behind. I like to do it this way sometimes, so it hides it and it contains it all on the one page as well. And I'm just sticking that ledger paper down. I just think that looks really nice. Like when I look at it, like the camera doesn't do much justice. It really blends into the page nicely and everything. It looks really good. So that is everything. I'm not going to decorate the envelope. I like it just as is. So that's that spread done, apart from the number, of course. I'm just going to get the 21 and 22 out as I'm doing both spreads in one go, and I will stick those numbers on. So moving on to today, and I've done my photos, and I've printed a doily out on some sticker paper. So I baked a Christmas cake. Oh, and I'm making a pocket. This is just a book page from a little golden book, and I did sew around it. It's a really bad job of the stitching. The tension wasn't right, but from the front it looks okay. So I'm just gluing where the stitching is, and I stuck it in, and you can't tell. I even mucked it up in the corner, the bottom left. If you see that, there's like no stitching. The needle sort of caught and pulled, but luckily I redeemed it. And like I say, it looks fine from the front. So the number is going to cover it anyway, so it doesn't really matter. So yeah, I baked a Christmas cake today. It's not an actual Christmas cake, it's a currant cake. So it's the recipe that my mum has been doing for years. My sister and I both do it now as well. So I baked that today because I right fancied a piece. So I've documented that, and I'm documenting on the right hand side that my sister did the Christmas present drop today, which was a really bizarre experience actually. But we had a giggle while we were doing it, so just making light of the whole situation. So as I don't know, it depends on where you are in the country. It depends what tier you're in. A lot of you that watch my videos are in the US, so you probably have no idea what's going on over here. Just trying to keep up with what's going on in your own area is enough, isn't it? So we are in tier 4, which is the highest tier now where I am. And that basically means we're not allowed to mix with anybody outside of our household. I can mix with my parents on Christmas Day because I'm on my own, and they're classed as my support bubble. So we're going to have them over for dinner, and then they probably won't hang around for very long afterwards. just to limit the contact, and we are isolating this week to allow us to just make sure they're not at any risk coming to our house, and that obviously means that my sister can't also mix with us, so she's staying at home with her partner and her son, my nephew. So just, you know, a little bit of an insight as to what's going on this side of the world. But yeah, so we took some photos. We were social distancing. She came into the back garden, and we did a Christmas present drop. So you can see the right hand photos, like her and I standing away from each other with our little bags of gifts, and then the bottom left one is just all the kids and everyone outside as well. And it looks like we're all huddled together, but I promise we're not. We definitely didn't. Obviously we wouldn't put each other at risk like that. So I've cut the pictures out, I've stuck them on, they fit on there nicely now. I've added the text, and I'm just going to add a bit of washi at the bottom to just fill in some of that white space. The journaling card that I printed it onto some white cardstock, is a piece of vintage ledger. I have the original piece of vintage ledger. It's the December page from, I think it's 1886, and I scanned it in so I could use it, and I could use it like in many journals to come, because it's just a really nice piece of ledger. The writing and everything on it's really nice, and so I sized it to fit in this pocket nicely, and I really like the way it looks with that really bold sort of image with the blue colouring in the background, that Santa image with this reindeer. I just really like the way that looks together. So on the right hand side I added a Christmas pud, just because I'd made the cake today, so it's just rather fitting, and that is the whole spread done. So here's a look at yesterday's spread and today's spread together. Really happy with how they came together. This spread is exactly as I wanted it to come out, and today's spread I had no idea what I was going to do, so I'm really happy with the end result. So thank you very much as always for watching. If you're a new subscriber, I haven't said hello yet, so hello. If you're an existing subscriber, thank you very much, welcome back. And I will speak to you all again tomorrow for December Daily Day 23. Until then, take care, bye for now.